Ross Mcnabb Foundation and tell you how you can get involved in a really cool outdoor event. Make sure and stick around for that. We'll also have a chat with our friends from TVFCU, and today we are focusing in on Walker County. The Make-A-Wish Foundation joining us as well, and Heather Arnold, one of our Viewers' Choice Awards from Beach Vibes Body and Spray Tans. We have got all of that and more between now and the bottom of the hour. You keep it here because this is the place for Let's Chat.
Welcome to Let's Chat, the Tennessee Valley's premier show focusing on lifestyle and entertainment. Bringing you smart shopping tips, community events, and the newest trends. Now, let's chat.
Welcome to Let's Chat. It is Thursday, September 14th, a very important day around here because it is our inaugural day for the Solid Orange drive-through t-shirt giveaways. We are doing this out at the Food City in East Ridge, 3636 Ringgold Road. Come on by, you'll get a t-shirt just like this, brought to you by the great folks at Food City and our friends at Warren and Griffin and all of us here at News 12. Again, get there early. The shirts will go quickly. We're glad to have you here on this Thursday morning. A couple of weeks ago, we had the pleasure of talking with former Chattanooga Police Chief David Roddy about his involvement with the Helen Ross Mcnabb Foundation. And then we wanted to bring David back along with Brad Franks, who is the director of the Helen Ross Mcnabb Foundation here. And gentlemen, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chip.
Tell me exactly what the Helen Ross Mcnabb Foundation is and what the foundation does.
The Helen Ross Mcnabb Center has been around 75 years. We started in 1948 serving East Tennessee. We expanded to Chattanooga 10 years ago, and we're a nonprofit community mental health center.
David made me aware when he was here a couple of weeks ago about the breadth, if you will, of exactly how big your coverage area is. I knew you were active here, but I had no idea you covered so much of the volunteer state.
Absolutely. In this past year, we served 45,000 individuals through our continuum of services, which includes mental health, substance use treatment, victim services, and social services.
And you got David Roddy involved. Well, I'll ask him that. Otherwise, you can just stand there and look handsome. But David, you've been involved with the foundation now for how long?
I think my first connection was when I was chief of staff with the police department. So it would have, at this point, it's probably 7 or 8 years ago.
You got hit up to join a number of charities, to be on their board, to get involved in this, get involved with that. And you did as many as your time would permit. What made you decide to stick with Helen Ross Mcnabb?
If 26 years in law enforcement, I mean, having seen what trauma, what violence, what those activities and actions, how they impact our community. And then as you heard Brad describe what Helen Ross Mcnabb Center does, where it actually directly touches people that have had some type of tragedy or impact in their life or their children's lives or as a family, whatever that looks like, to be able to directly help and support individuals like that, as the Helen Ross Mcnabb Center does, is just remarkable. The funding part really helped me understand how much they use what a community does to support them. For every dollar that comes into Helen Ross Mcnabb, 82 cents of that goes directly to the clients through supportive services. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it certainly is. And one thing that really impressed me when I first found out about it, and still does to this day, is you guys are great at cutting out the red tape. You see a problem, you see a solution. Shortest distance between 2 points is that proverbial straight line.
Absolutely.
And you guys are just absolutely knocking it out of the park. All right, you have a huge event coming up involving shotguns in the great outdoors. This is officially being called what?
It's the Helen Ross Mcnabb Sporting Clays event. I think that's the correct title.
We'll go with it.
So we'll get you some more information. So this is actually how I got involved with Helen Ross Mcnabb. I was invited as chief of staff to shoot, I believe, in the first one that they did here in Chattanooga. And I had never participated in one of these before. Having grown up in outdoor and hunting sports most of my life, I'd never had the opportunity to do this.
Right.
So the explanation that I often give when asked, well, what's a sporting clays tournament? You see a lot of charities and foundations and fundraisers that use golf tournaments.
Sure.
The difference is, and this is what kind of may create a little bit of hesitation for getting involved, is I'm really bad at golf. So if I go out on a golf course and I hit a bad shot,
right,
I'm not going to hit anybody probably with the ball and put them in the hospital.
Right.
However, at a sporting clay tournament, you're carrying a gun. So if you're really bad with a gun, you probably don't need to participate in the event.
But if you're really bad with a gun, you can still take part in the event.
Absolutely. So you can show up, you can help, you can donate into. One of the things that we've really tried to encourage here recently, which is how I got involved in Helen Ross Mcnabb to begin with, is if it's corporate sponsorship, personal sponsorship, sponsor at whatever level that you feel comfortable and led to do. And if you want to sponsor a team, donate those 4 slots back over to maybe some veterans, maybe some first responders, maybe another group in your area that does have the familiarity and experience with sporting clays or firearms, and they would have a good time and come out and support in person. So you actually get a double word score. You're helping Helen Ross Mcnabb and you're showing support back to veterans and first responders.
All right, Brad, how many teams, for lack of a better word, do you have available as of right now?
I believe we have probably 10 or 11 slots in the afternoon. The morning flight is sold out.
Wow, nice. Now, are you going to need volunteers for this event?
We could use some volunteers.
Yes.
Say yes,
absolutely.
we need a lot of volunteers.
Yes,
That'll
we
help
need
out.
a lot.
Yeah, and you really do, because unless you've actually put an event like this on together, or put an event together like this, you don't really know how much manpower and behind the scenes work is involved. There is a bunch, and this is going to be at arguably one of the nicest facilities for any sort of firearm activity, and that is at Benton Sporting Clays up in Cleveland.
They do a fantastic job on these events.
Yeah, they really do. And again, it is coming up on September 22nd. When's your absolute drop dead cutoff day?
I believe
that I don't remember.
Well, let's make one up. It's the 22nd, so
we'll go with next Monday.
Next Monday it is.
And if that's not true, try us on Tuesday. If you get in the door, you get in the door.
And invariably in tournaments like this, you'll have one team that has to drop out for one reason or another. So stay in touch with the folks from Helen Ross Mcnabb, and you never can tell. Hopefully we will see you out there. Sounds like a lot of fun. And guys, I hope you absolutely break the bank wide open.
Thank you.
Thanks,
going right back to our clients.
That's the important thing to remember, or one of them at least. David, we'll have you back, and Brad will have you back as well. Good to see you both, and thanks for squeezing us in.
Thank you.
Got a lot going on as we continue. Stick around. We're going to talk about getting your body tanned and toned and looking good, and we're going to talk with TVFCU and all sorts of things. I'm going to talk with these gentlemen here as we head into this commercial break.